Never been a product of a flawless environment. Never acted like I'm higher than you.
Hi you guys, I had a fabulous time on my trip as you saw, and I am here to do a review for you guys. I'm going to try to keep this brief, timing myself to keep it brief, but it's hard to sum up a 4-day trip, 4-day cruise at that, but I'm going to try. So I wrote some notes so that I can stay on track. So y'all, first of all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I had a wonderful time on my trip. This was my first MSC cruise. I should let you know backstory that I have been on, this was my 12th cruise ever. I have traveled mostly Royal Caribbean. I've been on a celebrity cruise. I've been on a couple Carnival cruises. I've been on a couple Norwegian cruises, and this was my first MSC cruise. And I took an MSC. It wasn't my first choice to take an MSC cruise because I've heard so many negative things about it. So much negativity about the food, especially. I heard so many things. I always want to give an objective review. And so that would require not reading anything about where I'm cruising or the ship I'm cruising on, but I couldn't do it, y'all. I had to, because I'm a researcher. I had to know. And so I watched several YouTube videos of people who had cruised MSC, and I heard all the things and everything, and I went in there with a positive mindset. I really did. And so anyway, I had a good time. Let's get into it. MSC is what it is. So I didn't go in there expecting Royal Caribbean vibe or Royal Caribbean service or food or anything. I really expected the worst, but I went into it with a positive mindset because I'm always grateful to God that I'm able to travel at all, because I've not always been able to. A lot of people are not able to, and I am grateful. So I'm very careful about complaining, or you know what I'm saying. So anyway, let's get into the review. So first, I want to talk about Embarkation. 10 out of 10, seamless, no problems, no lines, no waiting, no nonsense. We had one of the first check-in times, which was our check-in time for the ship was 12:30, but we got there really early. We got there probably 11:30. We started the check-in process, got there, as you saw. There was no one really even there in the building. We walked really straight through. My husband sometimes uses wheelchair service, but we didn't even see a need for it because he was able to walk all the way through. It was a long walk, but y'all, no problems at all. We went straight through. And not only that, this is the first cruise that I have ever taken where my room was ready right away, that early in the day at 12 o'clock. The buffet was ready, the room was ready, and we were like, we can go to our rooms, our luggage is there. And they said, no, your luggage may not be there, but your room is ready. And so we went to the room, and we had to watch a video. You know, they have all of their safeguards into place and everything, safety measures. So we had to watch a video, and then we had to pick up the phone and make a call to let them know that we had watched the video. Well, once you call, it just says, thank you for, watching the video, and you hang up. And then the third step was to go to your tender station. So anyway, it was great. 10 out of 10 for Embarkation. Customer service counters is the next category I want to review. 10 out of 10. They were super efficient. They hooked my husband up. He usually does, the business once we get on the ship. He went up there. Gentleman from Kenya helped him out. He was just absolutely wonderful. We went to the customer service counter a couple times. I also had to go to one of the counters. I had to go to the photo counter. My memory card for my camera had run out, and I had to go and get that. They were great. What else did we have to do? Oh, Wi-Fi. So I needed to do something with my job, and I always bring my computer, so I couldn't get online with the computer, and so I went and talked to them about that. They were absolutely great. Knew their stuff. 10 out of 10 for customer service. The room. So I had booked this cruise, and when I booked it, I booked a junior balcony suite, and which is basically a room with a balcony. And then my husband, he went behind me and upgraded us to the Aria suite. It's called Aria Premium Suite or something like that. And so the Aria Suite, that gives you access to, so first we were on 9th floor. When we upgraded to the Aria Suite, that bumped us up to the 14th floor, and having that access gave us access to the 16th floor, which the 16th floor is for Aria members only. It's a members only, type thing. And up there that's where that whirlpool is you guys saw me in. Well, I got in two hot tubs. This was the one where it was just James and I. And it had, it was a vibe. It was really, really nice. It had the nice chairs, and it had a pool attendant was up there, and y'all, literally, it was just us up there and nobody else. And, but what that was missing up there, it didn't have a bar. You couldn't even get water. It didn't have a bar, and it didn't have any food or anything like that. That would have made it really, really good. And that's probably why nobody was up there. So anyway, having Aria access, that gave us access to the 16th floor. It gave us, we had robes and slippers in our room, and we had priority embarking and disembarking, and so that was really, really nice. I really, at first when he got it, I was like, why did you do that? I already had a balcony room. We didn't need that, but it turned out it was very nice, and I really, really appreciate it. Also, I had forgot to show y'all the closets when I did the room tour. The closets were everything. They were humongous. There were 2 closets. One was all shelving, and the other is where you hung your stuff, and it had room to put both our luggage in there. It had drawers in there. It was really, really nice. The room steward, every time we left out of the room, I love that. I love that so much. Every time we left out of the room, he was in there behind us. So every time we would come back in the room was straightened up again. The bed was turned down again, or the bed was, fixed again. I love that so much, y'all. I just love it because I like, things to be organized. So it just was good to, he would put our shoes where they go, and just put everything in its proper place. And I just really, really appreciate that. So he was good. And I forgot to leave him a tip. I meant to, but I thought he was really good. James said he was, because he didn't really talk to us the whole time. And I know on Caribbean cruises, you talk with your steward, and they in and out, and they come and see if you need anything and everything. But this guy, we didn't see him, but he was there. You know what I'm saying? He was there servicing us. It was just great. We did order room service one day for breakfast, and it was okay. It was pretty good. It was not there on time, which I don't care, but it came at 8 something instead of 7:30, whatever. But we ain't had nowhere to go. You on vacation, so what difference do it make? But that was pretty good. Not bad, not bad, not bad. All right, moving on to the next category, the staff on, and I forgot to say the ship that we were on. Maybe you know by now from watching, if you've watched the videos, and I hope you did, by the way. Watch part 1, part 2, y'all. It was so much fun, and I did my best in editing. It was so hard to edit out stuff. I'm sorry it's so long. I think by the time I finish, it's going to be 1 hour each. But oh my gosh, we did so much, and there was so much content to cover, you know what I'm saying? So did the best I could. But anyway, y'all, the staff on the MSC Magnifica. That's the ship we were on, which was an older ship. I don't know how much older it is in their fleet of ships. I have no idea. I knew nothing booking this cruise. But it was a small ship and it was an older ship, but I liked that because it gave you the vibe of what cruising used to be. I've been cruising since my son was born in 92. I've been cruising since, what am I talking about? My son was born in 1990. And I took my first cruise in 1991. He was like 10 months old or something, 9 months old. I did a wedding cruise on the Carnival, and I've been cruising for a long time. So the Magnifica looked like cruise ships used to look back in the day, and I liked that. I liked that. It was an older ship. It was small, but it did what it needed to do. Yeah, it was great. So the staff, keep getting off track. The staff, they were wonderful, y'all. The staff would come up to us and introduce themselves, and especially when we first got on the ship, that first day, they would come up, we would have conversations with them. They were just so great. And by staff, I mean the cruise staff that you see like all day, like all the time, the ones that are dancing, the ones that are moderating the games, the ones that are moderating dance lessons, you know, those are the staff I'm talking about. You will see them around the ship, the ones that work in the photo shop. You see them around the ship, and they if nothing else, they smile, nodded their head, acknowledged you. They were so great, y'all. Are my glasses dark? I hope y'all can see me. Or shaded, I mean. Feel like they're shaded, but anyway, the staff was just fabulous. They were so accommodating. Anytime we asked for directions, where's this, where's that, a lot of times they would walk us all the way to, or me anyway, I speak for myself, they would walk me all the way to where I was looking for. They were just absolute great. The staff were outstanding, y'all. The camera that I carry around for vlogging draws a lot of attention. So that too started up a lot of conversations, because guess what I found out, y'all? People love to be in the camera, y'all. People love to be seen on camera. It's hilarious, and it cracks me up every time. You'll see it, you know, if you've watched the videos, part 1 and part 2, you'll see how people be, hello. It's hilarious. People, and then people are curious. They want to know, what is that about? What is she doing? You know, and then people are nosy, y'all. So vlogging, y'all, being a YouTuber, it has been so much fun. You know, I just didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. So that has afforded me an opportunity to meet a lot of people just by having this camera in my hand. And it's really weird. And I don't like the attention. I like to be discreet, but it's hard to be discreet when you have this camera in your hand and you have to have it in there. You can't be shame and shy, and you can't, because you won't get any content. And so I'm learning, and I'm getting really good at it, at vlogging in front of people, because you have to. So anyway, the staff was great. That part that MSC did, y'all saw, I hope, meeting the officers when they were dancing, slow dancing, extending their hand to us on the cruise to come and slow dance with them and do the rumba with them and the cha-cha slide or whatever it's called. Y'all, that was everything. Really, the slow dance. My heart was so full watching that, because it made those women so happy. They were so happy. They were just looking up at those officers and dancing, and they were talking. You know, all of them were having conversations as they were dancing. It was the sweetest thing. What a marvelous idea. I've never seen that on any cruise line that I've gone on. I've seen meeting the officers where you can take pictures with them and stuff like that, but never anything that intimate. 10 out of 10, y'all. The staff, 10 out of 10. Next category is the ports that we went to. So we went to 2 ports. This was a 4-day cruise. We went to Ocean Cay Marine Reserve, which is the private island owned by MSC, and we went to Nassau, Bahamas, and Ocean Cay is in Bahamas as well. So my husband and I did not get off the ship for 3 days, y'all. We did not get off at Ocean Cay. I got off the ship, as you saw, in Nassau, but we did not get off at the first port because we have cruised so much, and and we've been to a lot of places, and we cruise because we enjoy the ship experience, and so we often don't get off the ship at a lot of ports. So you know, last year when we went on that Norwegian 7-day Southern Caribbean cruise, there were 6 ports. We got off at 4 of them, 4 of the 6. So I can't speak on Ocean Cay, but we were docked there. It looked beautiful. We talked to a lot of people that got off there. They said it was really nice, but y'all, it was so dang hot. It was so hot. That deterred us as well, the heat. So I can't speak for that, but Nassau is a vibe. Nassau, y'all know I love Nassau. Nassau for me is like coming home. I've been many times. Like I say, it's probably my 6th time there. Nassau was just wonderful. As you know, I ended up soloing it in Nassau. I did that horse and buggy ride. It was fabulous. I had a good time. Nassau is always a good place to go because there's a lot to do. It's good food. You can go to Atlantis and spend a whole day there. You can swim with pigs, swim with dolphins, and it offers a lot. So Nassau is always a good port. I did not tell y'all about that Gucci store. Remember I had said in one of the vlogs that I wanted to go to the Gucci store. I wanted to go shopping. And so when I used to come to Nassau, they had a Gucci store, and they used to have a Coach store, and they had all these stores, and I don't know what happened. Probably the pandemic. Them stores is gone. Went to the Gucci store. I couldn't find it for nothing. I stopped and asked somebody, and they said, it's right there. It's right there. I couldn't see it. Stopped in this other lady and asked her. She said, you see that building right there? And I'm looking at this building, y'all. There's no sign nowhere on the building. Nowhere. And so I'm like, so she said, will you see that red stop sign? I said, yeah. She said, right in back of it, that is the building. And I'm like, what kind of Gucci store don't have no Gucci sign? So I go in the store and I'm looking around and everything, and I'm seeing all these other brands. They have all these other brands in there now. And so there were 2 ladies there, and I said to one of the ladies, I said, is this the Gucci store? And she said, yes. She said, but it is no longer just Gucci. We carry all these other brands. And so I started telling her, I said, y'all have no sign. Maybe I was out of line. I don't know, because she seemed offended. But I told her, I said, y'all have no sign outside this door. I said, I've been looking for this place and looking for this place. And even as the people were telling me how to find it, I couldn't see it because there's no sign. She said, that's because it is no longer Gucci. I said, but you need a sign. I said, I'm telling you, the way that we think and the way that our minds are wired, those of us who shop and just people, you need a sign. You need something to let people know to come in here. I said, that's why it's empty in here. Maybe that was the offensive part. I said, that's why it's empty, because nobody knows you're here. You gotta have a sign. And so she was like, thank you. And I said, are you the manager? She said, I am the manager for today. And I said, okay. I said, I'm just saying. And she said, no, I appreciate you telling me thank you. And so that was that. Didn't buy nothing in there. And as far as Gucci goes, the only thing they had Gucci was shoes and belts. No. So that was that. I didn't buy anything, just those couple little souvenirs back at the port. All right, moving right along. Ooh, 20 minutes already, y'all. Oh my God, Michelle. Okay, moving right along. Shopping on the ship was fabulous. To be such a small ship, and I had saw that on the reviews, to be such a small ship, the shopping was pretty good. They had a lot of shopping. They had a lot of stores. They had an MSC store. They had, you know, a duty-free store where you could buy your liquors, you know, the things we can't get over here, the white Hennessy and rum and whatever, cigarettes and perfume, chocolates. They had a nice size store for all those things. Had jewelry stores. I mean, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I was impressed. I gave that a 9 out of 10. The ports, I said 9 out of 10. Excursions, we didn't do any because we didn't do nothing. So I can't rate those. I did take a very good look at what was offered, and I don't know, I wasn't that impressed. So, but I didn't do any, so I don't know. Then entertainment on the ship, I gave a 9 out of 10. Fabulous. That guitar player, y'all, he was everything. I could sit there and listen to him for hours playing those melodies. He was so gifted. So gifted. The other bands they had on the ship were also good. They always had stuff going on all the time. Well, that's how most cruises are, but it was stuff that I like to do. You know, I love games. They had so many games. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But as far as entertainment, they had, you know, a lot of music, a lot of musicians, bands. At Tiger Lounge, y'all, with all the tiger print on everything, it was a vibe. That was the hangout spot pretty much for most everybody. We went to see a comedian. That was when I was in that theater thing. I didn't even talk about it because we didn't stay because he sucked. He wasn't good. So we left. But they had a comedian. They also had some type of circus show that I wanted to go to, but I missed it. So that was it for entertainment. And remember, it was just a 4-day cruise. So, you know. So activities, I gave an 8 out of 10. I wonder why I gave it an 8. But y'all, I did so much. We played bingo. We did so many games. We did Name That Tune. We did Name That Caricature. We did Pictionary. What was really, and then they had karaoke every night. We went to karaoke 2 of the 4 nights. Fun. These people, what happened to karaoke? Because these people could sing. These people could sing. There wasn't nobody got up there that could not really sing. Like, it's almost like American Idol now. Karaoke I remember when karaoke used to be, you get up there and you can't sing, right? And it was hilarious. It was a comedy show. Well, them days over, because people that do karaoke now, them people can sing. So that was fun. Like I say, the Tiger Lounge was such a vibe because like with the game shows, they were all in there. And the way the Tiger Lounge, you saw how it was set up with large half moon booths and easy chairs, and then there were tables for 2 or tables for 4, or you know, so it was very conducive to socializing and stuff. And so like with the games, people would sit, we had sat in a large booth, just me and James, and then other people would sit there. Well, those ended up being the people that you be on teams with during the games, and then at the end you would exchange papers with the people in your group and grade their paper. And so it was just fun. It was funny, hilarious. It was just a good time, y'all. It was a good time. I ain't gonna lie. It was a good time. I had a ball. It exceeded any expectations that I had. And maybe my expectations were low, but it was good. All right, so I saved the best for last, y'all, the food. So the food, I gave a 6 out of 10. My food was good. My husband, he would probably rate the food a 1 or 2 out of 10. He didn't pick good stuff, but my food was good, y'all. The first night, they had prime rib on the menu. I ordered prime rib because I get the end cut. The end cut is well done. And so it was delicious. My prime rib was delicious. The mashed potatoes was slamming. They were so good. Second night, I got lamb shank. And my lamb shank came with cheese polenta. Delicious. It was so good. And then the third night I got the veal. So I got lucky because I chose good selections every night. My husband, not so much. He didn't have anything that I had. And he was very disappointed with the food. And I saw other people's food, certain stuff that people got. it did look kind of gross. And so the food, I didn't like, and then the other thing was, so you could eat in the dining room, which we did every night, except for the night we did specialty dining, or you could eat in a buffet. Those are the only two choices on the ship. So that kind of sucked. The buffet is a whole nother vibe. It was very crowded, very packed, very irritating, loud, all the things. The food was decent. My husband didn't like his food. I think I'm not as picky as he is about food, but he didn't like his food. But it was so loud and stuff in there, y'all. It was a lot. It was a lot, but the food was decent. Did not like, back to our dining room, I did not like the fact they had no paper menus. You had to scan the menu on your phone and read the menu on your phone. And I get it. A lot of this stuff was put into place after COVID, so I get it. But I didn't care for that. But what I didn't care for even more was the fact that I was forced to sit at a table of 8 every night with the same people. Or even if they had changed with different people, I did not like that. I prefer to eat just us two. I think being an introvert, it just exerted so much energy for me to be talking for the entire hour while I'm eating. It just was, it's so much going on. It just was a lot. And I want to have that choice if I want to sit with a group or if I want to sit, table for two. They had no tables for two. So I'm sure that because it was a small ship, that is what worked best for MSC. Y'all tell me why I didn't have a light on. I'm sorry. And so I'm sure that's what worked best for MSC, as far as space and whatever. But I didn't like that. I did not like that. So yeah, food I gave a 6 out of 10. Not the best, but it was edible. It wasn't horrible, y'all. It wasn't all that bad. It wasn't. Not like what people say. But I get it. It definitely wasn't the best food I've had. Of all the cruise lines I've been on, this one, it was probably the worst food. Okay, there, I said it. But it was edible. It wasn't that bad. I was able to eat. But y'all, I didn't gain no weight on the cruise. I didn't gain no weight. I came back weighed myself. I didn't gain any weight. The dessert sucked. Now, but to be fair, I'm very picky about desserts. I don't like I'm just picky about desserts. I don't know why. I'm not as picky about food, but I am picky about desserts. And the dessert sucked. Even I had strawberry sorbet. How can you mess that up? It was creamy. It shouldn't have been creamy. It was not good. And I had cheesecake with strawberry compote the first day. It wasn't good. Like what? It was not good. The cheesecake was cheap. And I'm very picky about desserts. So yeah, the food I gave a 6 out of 10. Okay, moving along. The specialty dining, I'm sorry to say, y'all, things got worse. Specialty dining was at a place called Oriental Plaza. They only have one specialty dining place on the MSC, and that is called Oriental Plaza. And it's a great idea because, a lot of people love Asian food, and I am one of them. It's probably one of my favorite cuisines is Asian food, right? But the food, it was terrible. It was terrible. The best thing I probably had was the spring roll, and they even messed that up because it literally, like my husband said, it literally had one baby shrimp in there that they had cut in half. Everything else was a great flavor. The Thai peanut sauce was a great flavor that you dipped it in. The egg roll was made so well, but then why you gonna chintz out on the shrimp? They lost me with that. That was the best thing that they had. Then next they served lobster fried rice. The fried rice itself, it was not good. And then they're gonna put these 4 little itty bitty lobster bites on top and call that lobster fried rice. No. Then the next course was well, we don't eat sushi. We don't eat raw fish, I should say. And so we had substituted, and I think that's where we got the tempura. The tempura was pretty decent. It didn't have any flavor really, like you needed to put salt on it, but the vegetables were good. It was yam, it was zucchini, it was shrimp, it was potato. It was really, really good, but it didn't have any salt on it. So that was the next course. And then the last course was the main course, and both of us got the Angus steak. Y'all, it was so nasty. It tasted like spoiled beef that had been sitting, and then they had the nerve to put some kind of sweet sauce on it, and I tried to like it. I tried, and I couldn't eat it. Then for dessert, the last course was matcha ice cream. By that time, we was hightailing it out of there, begging for the check so we could leave. Neither one of us wanted that ice cream. We didn't want to try. We were over it. So we left. So yeah, that was a great big disappointment. In specialty dining, you had to pay for that. It was $42 a piece. All right, so I'm almost done. The vibe on the ship is the next category. I gave it a 10 out of 10. People were friendly. They were not stuffy. They were not ghetto. There was no drama. Because I've been on ships where there be drama, y'all. You know, drunk people or whatever, just folks fighting or whatever. But it was such a great vibe. Everybody was friendly. Everybody was open, and it was just great. The MSC Magnifica, I think MSC period, is a European cruise line. I'm not sure. I need to look that up for sure, but I think it's a European cruise line. And so it was super diverse on there. Super, super diverse. And I love that. And then, y'all, I met a lifelong friend on there. So the vibe was so great. I met a lifelong friend. Y'all saw on there, did you see when I was at the pool, when I was meditating, praying and stuff? And then after that, I got up. I wanted to get in. So I was in the kiddie pool, y'all. I didn't say that. That was the kiddie pool that I was sitting in that had about this much water in it. Because the only other pool was 5'7" and up. And I'm 5'3", so I couldn't get in it. And all the people were in there and I couldn't get in. And I don't know how that girl knew that I couldn't swim. Because I can't swim, y'all. And so I can't even remember. It happened so fast. Next thing I know, here comes this girl. Do you need help? And I said, well, I don't swim. And she said, come on, I'll take you over there to the steps. It happened so fast. She came out of nowhere. And so, no, she came out of the pool is where she came out of. She came and escorted me over to the steps. And then the people that were around the steps, they were helping me. And they were like, turn around and come down backwards. And I came down and they were like, now hold on to the side. They were so fabulous, y'all. Oh my God. And that's where over there by those steps, that lady with that beautiful white hair and that beautiful brown skin, she is the one. We ended up talking for 1.5 to 2 hours, exchanged stories about our mothers. We ended up laughing together, crying together, and we will probably be lifelong friends. We exchanged numbers, and we have literally been texting since I got back. It was a whole vibe. That alone made the trip so worth it. I'm going to visit her. She lives in Atlanta, and y'all, she's from London. Oh my God. So it was just, I just can't say enough great things. But let me stop being long-winded. But the vibe on the ship, I gave a 10 out of 10. Okay, and then finally, Debarkation. I gave a 10 out of 10. To be fair, we did use wheelchair service getting off the ship, so that changes. That's really a game changer, really. But you do have to wait when you get wheelchair service. Being an ARIA member, that afforded us getting off the ship first, and so that was nice. So I really can't judge it, but it seemed like it was okay. We went through there pretty fast. We were out of our rooms by 7:35. We got outside, I would say, to get our Uber at 9. think at 9, I think it was 9 o'clock when we were in the Uber. So it wasn't bad at all. It wasn't bad. It was great. It was great. Customs is just seamless because all they do, you don't even have to show your passport. You just, they just scan your picture on their little scanner machine and you walk on through and that's it. They don't look through your bags, none of that. It's really simplified more now. So y'all, my entire experience on the MSC, I'm getting tired of my own self talking now. My entire experience, I gave the entire trip a 9 out of 10. I almost want to give it a 10 out of 10, but it wasn't perfect. But I give it a 9 out of 10. It was just fabulous. And so I want to talk about cost. So this trip, when I originally booked it, we got what they call a junior balcony. Now here's the thing about MSC that you want to know. I don't know if this is all they trips, all they cruises, I don't know, but the one we took, the one that I booked, it was a junior balcony. The drink package is included, your Wi-Fi is included, and a $25 onboard credit was included. You got all of that for both of us for $1,527.76 for two, y'all. So a balcony room that included drink package, Wi-Fi for one device, and $25 onboard credit, $1,527.76. That's reasonable. That comes out to $763.88 each. Not bad. 4-day cruise with all that stuff included. You literally didn't have to spend any money. You literally didn't. I forgot to mention in entertainment, I forgot to mention the casino. They have a casino. My husband spent a lot of time in there. I did too, actually. Fun. So they have a casino too. I forgot to say that. And what I liked, the casino was small. It wasn't no big huge thing. It was fairly small and it wasn't crowded and it was nice. It was very, very nice. I forgot to mention that. Okay, so that was the cost. Then remember I told you my husband had upgraded to, here it is, they call it a premium suite Aria deck. So we were previously on deck 9. When we upgraded, that bumped us up to deck 14. That upgrade costed a total of $330, which comes out to $165 each. So the total cost for the trip, including the upgrade for us, was $1,857.76. So, and it was well worth it. It was well worth every dime. It was such a great trip. So that's all I have. I'm gonna stop talking because I've been talking way, way longer than I wanted this to be, no longer than 15 minutes, but here I am again. So hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you enjoyed watching part 1, part 2. And if you haven't, please go back and watch. It was so good. It was so much fun. It was just a lot of fun, y'all. So if you enjoy my channel, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. Make sure, if you do nothing else, that you like, comment, share my video with others. And I thank you again. Those of you who've been riding with me, I thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see y'all in the next one. Welcome home to me. Life is a trip. You gotta take trips, y'all. You gotta take trips, because life, it'll take you out. Save your monies. Take you a trip. Book the trip. Just do it. Just do it. Okay, see y'all in the next one. Bye.